You move farther.
I moved way farther.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Hey, I like it.
It definitely feels stronger. This is crazy. Like even that tension I was telling you about before, my neck is completely gone.
Hey y'all, it's Dr. Matt from LifeSpring Chiropractic in Austin, Texas. We're here today with Sage, and I'm going to let Sage talk about what initially brought her in.
So what initially brought me in was back pain and a little bit of just neck pain and general like SI joint stickiness. And what Dr. Matt here ended up asking me further about was some underlying conditions that I've got going on. So I have Hashimoto's, chronic fatigue syndrome, Epstein-Barr, and a few other just autoimmune things going on.
Hashimoto's is a thyroid autoimmune condition, right? Where it tends to underperform or perform slowly. Yeah. And then that's where it could be totally connected with something like chronic fatigue. Right. And then Epstein-Barr is a virus that can live kind of dormantly in our nervous system, and same thing contribute to things like fatigue or other autoimmune conditions typically are associated when someone has that. Yeah. We tend to find many, right? So kind of translating or connecting the pieces for people watching at home that may not be familiar with some of those and what they are.
For Sage here, when we talk about Hashimoto's, chronic fatigue syndrome, Epstein-Barr, and other autoimmune symptoms that she mentioned, these are actually all related to these symptoms that she came in with, such as back pain, neck pain, and limited SI joint mobility or limited joint mobility. Though they seem separate individual problems, they're actually all stemming from the same root cause, the nervous system. The nervous system is like the wiring in our body that controls everything, not only how we feel, being our alarm system for things such as pain, limited mobility, muscle tightness, but really the nervous system also controls our organs via the autonomic nervous system. So when we see an imbalance in this branch of the nervous system, we also tend to experience symptoms that are related to our energy levels and our immune system, such as autoimmune conditions, thyroid conditions, Hashimoto's, chronic fatigue syndrome, Epstein-Barr, pain, limited mobility, muscle tightness. These all stem from the same diagnosis, nervous system imbalance.
So right now at this current season in my life, I'm kind of at a level 3 out of 10 with stress, but I'm in a down season. So typically when I'm in my work season, I'm running about like a 9 to 10 level of stress. And that goes on for like 4 months at a time, working every single day and just in class as a full-time student and just really like no downtime. So my nervous system is really switching between like crazy chaos and then just needs to really recover after all of that.
That stress totally plays into things like fatigue or autoimmunity. And the immune system is actually controlled by the nervous system. So it's the neuroimmune response. So a lot of times when you see this hyperactive immune system, it tends to be what autoimmune responses are. Something's going on deeper in that nervous system. So that's what we were looking at, and I'm going to show, and once we're done here, interpret one of the scans or a couple of the scans that we looked at today so people watching at home can see some of the health measures that we did and what they mean and what we're looking at. So go ahead and lean back for me and see if there's any pressure in the low back when you do that.
Yeah.
Where do you feel it?
Right here.
Okay, so right at the base of the sacrum it looks like. Okay.
Yeah.
And then how about when you go side to side? So when you're here, good. And then here, anything there at all?
I feel a little bit stiff.
A little stiff,
my
okay.
lower back, yeah.
We're looking at neck too, so look up as high as you can, and then while you're looking up, turn all the way to the side. Any discomfort there or the other side? Good.
There's like a tiny pinch right here.
Tiny pinch in the lower back. Okay.
Yeah.
And then without looking up, let's just have you turn over your shoulder both sides. Good. How about there? Anything in there? Good there? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it gives us a couple things to check pre and post. And then we're going to do some muscle test too, because if I'm telling the truth here, the nerves control the muscles. They also control how we feel. So, but the feeling is kind of delayed. And the reason we have this on the wall, heal better, is what our job to help people heal better, then they'll feel better. So I'm going to look at some muscle activity. Let's have you seated, please. And we're going to look at a couple muscle tests just to see. This is more of like a global muscle test, how your core is engaging. Cross your arms for me like that. Good. I'm going to bring you down and in this way. And then down a little forward. Good. Don't let me push you. Resist. Okay. Not bad. And then this way. Down and in. Don't let me push you. Okay. That one's a little bit harder, but not bad. And I'm just looking for any tells that we can show before and after for muscles that may not be activated. We're going to go down to the glutes. So let's have you lie face down. We'll muscle test the glutes. Okay. That one wasn't horrible, but let's see in the glutes if there's anything that's not showing up right.
I definitely felt that one.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Was it harder to...
It felt like, I don't know, it just felt difficult for my, like in my lower back.
Okay, so when we check that after we adjust you, you got to be honest and you got to speak to if that feels easier, okay?
Yeah, I'll definitely be honest.
Okay. She's going to be honest, but I got to find one too. So don't let me push in here. This is the glute medius. Okay. I don't like that one. Here. Again, not horrible. We're going to come up glute max. Don't let me push down. That one I don't like. So the right side glute medius and glute max not working as well. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Don't let me here. This one's better. The left side's stronger. I don't know if you noticed that.
It was definitely way harder to pull up.
On the right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to raise you up a little bit. We're going to do a couple tests, and then we're going to adjust you. I'm going to show you on your arm. This is not quite like the activator. It's going to feel like this, like that. So it's a little harder, right?
Yeah, it's like a pop.
Yeah, and we can change the torque on it, so you can move it in a rotational direction too. Just
cool.
Bring your legs up. And then I'm going to check. This is a reflex actually that we're checking. So think of like when we hit a reflex here when you're seated, it's delayed when you're laying down. So I'm going to hit a reflex and then I'm going to see what it does to your leg length.
Okay.
Good. And then head to the left for me, please. Okay. Good. And then at evens, and then head to the right. Yeah, it's even. Okay. And then head back to center.
Okay.
So you've got, and I'm going to feel for muscle tone also for tightness.
Okay.
Yeah, up top.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially that left side.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Yeah.
But I want to see. Here. Okay. I'm just feeling so I can check some signs before and after. Okay, I'm going to test to see if this is the spot. Yes, it is. Okay, guess what? I guess how many spots we're going to adjust on you today?
How many?
1.
What?
Yeah, and you think of this. If there's like 10 lights in your house that are out, if you go to the fuse box and reset it, you can turn all 10 lights on. The one that showed up for you is right at the brainstem. And remember we did on the thermal scan, it was showing right up top.
Yeah.
So I would expect a massive reset with this and for things to kind of come online. But then again, the dose is the poison. So how we would design like for long-term health optimization would depend on frequency and repetition.
Cool.
So tuck your chin for me, please, a little bit. Breath in, let it all go. It'll click here. Good. That's the occiput.
Cool.
All right. Let's feel. Hey, look. Better.
It definitely feels better. That's so wild.
Isn't that crazy? And I describe this like a guitar when you play, it's called harmonics.
Yeah.
Certain spots on a guitar where all the strings resonate.
Yeah.
These are the same. So we should, in theory, have changed everything. So I'm going to retest your glute muscles, even though we didn't touch your low back. Yeah. And then we'll retest a couple things and see if it's better.
All right.
Don't let me push in.
Okay.
Hey, I like it.
It definitely feels stronger. This is crazy.
And then don't let me push down. Look at that. And it's quick now, too. Before it was delayed. Now it's really quick. Stand for me, please. And let's see that low back. if that comes back online also with you even leaning back, see if that feels in
Whoa.
You move farther.
I move way farther.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then in the head, let's have you look up and to the right, like you move farther.
Nothing.
Cool.
No stickiness. This is amazing. Like no stiffness either.
Yeah. So we see the power of the nervous system, and on the screen here, the nervous system controls motion. Altered motion would lead to muscle tightness. Muscle tightness would lead to pain.
Wow.
So instead of treating the muscle or the joints that aren't moving right, we're going to the nervous system.
This is so wild. Like even that tension I was telling you about before,
Yeah.
my neck is completely gone. Like I feel very fluid.
Yeah, and it's hard to even put into words because people watching this, you probably think we're crazy. You probably think I'm paying her $100 just to come in off the street and lie about and say, hey, when I click that little thing on your head, just tell them this shit's a lot better. But there's a lot of testing that goes into it. We did the scans. We're going to show, again, a couple of those. A big win for you is the HRV. That was really good. The thermal one really helped also lead to where kind of the problem.
This is so cool. Like I'm such a believer now.
Amazing. And the cool thing, like even if you're skeptical about chiropractic, you don't even have to believe in it for it to work. With really good testing and analysis, you'll see some cool things change. So, and as it relates to immune stuff, again, the nervous system controls the immune system, what we typically see people that are on, and you're not on any medications, which is amazing. She's doing a lot of things right lifestyle-wise to manage thyroid, fatigue. But if she wasn't, this is where a lot of people are able to get off of drugs as we optimize the nervous system. Things start performing better and working better. So, yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was one adjustment. That's all we needed. And thanks for watching.